Welcome back. So in front of you, you have what looks like a lot of the same card. And to a certain extent, you are correct. And at the same time, there's actually 3 different cards here. So on the bottom, you have all the cards that were existing in the collection. On the top, you have some additions, some upgrades. So basically the difference is, which I know we've gone over this before, and this is the last name. You have upper and lowercase letters. On this one, you have all uppercase. On this one, the hardest to find is the sample. So it has a sample stamp on the back. So these are the hardest to find. The upper and lowercase second, and then all uppercase is the most common. So I'm going to start with the most common and go to the rarest, and we'll address kind of the additions, the upgrades, and just the interesting adds. So existing in the collection, there's a 2.5. This is all uppercase last name, or all uppercase name, I should say. Existing in the collection was a 2 with a mark. Obviously the mark was that pencil mark there. And this is rather beat up. Then you go a little bit better to a 3. There's another 3 in SGC. Which the interesting thing with this is, it's weird that the color development on this one is closer to another variation than this one. This is more common with the all uppercase. There's the 3. And then you have a 5. Very solid grade for this card. So, with the additions, I made 2 specific additions for this. And actually I'm going to move that aside because I'm trying to and keep this in order of grade. So I specifically bought these 2. Now again, this is quite interesting because you have 2, this looks underdeveloped and this looks absolutely great development-wise. There's 2 of the same back. Both 4s. If you look at how the card presents, there is a difference in the grading between PSA and SGC. I personally think, disregard the clarity of the picture because that's part of the card, not the time. So, but if you look at the corners, the edges, the surface, SGC is much tougher in the grades, in my opinion, than is PSA, at least on vintage cards. So it's quite fascinating when you compare companies side by side like this. So that is the all uppercase most common version. And then this is existing in the collection. This has a stain on it, which I don't know how it didn't get a mark. And the grade. But this is the upper and lower case. But actually, a very nice example of this card. And then this one I picked up because it's graded 1.5. And it was dirt cheap. Obviously the front of the card. And again, if you look at the development of this, this is more indicative of the upper and lower case. So just more defined features. Let's see if I can find that example. So this is more indicative of the all uppercase. That's more indicative of the upper and lower. But the odd thing is some of these all uppers, there's still quite a lot of development in some of them. So something to investigate further. But anyway, I digress. Since I picked up a 1.5, now obviously it was glued somewhere. But the front of the card, it does not show through. You can still read everything on the back. It was just obviously glued somewhere. But it presents incredibly well for a 1.5. And that's really the reason I picked it up. Now, obviously I'm not filling any holes, the 39 play balls. So this is the rarest version. This is the sample. So these are handed out beforehand, to promote the play ball cards. This is the example I had before. It's in a 3, solid card. Stamp is quite light on the back, but it's there. But very, solid example to have in the collection. What I did manage to pick up, now there's a bit of irregularity to it, I admit. I managed to pick up this copy. So yes, the top is miscut a little bit, which is surprising it wasn't marked in the grade. But it is a PSA 6 on this sample, with an incredibly clear stamp on the back. Obviously, these are the all caps cards. But there's the difference in just the stamps on the back. This 6 I was willing to accept, and this actually looks a lot worse on camera than it does in person. It may be hard to believe, but that's the reality of it. It's just an absolutely stunning condition, sharp as all get out. Great photo, just incredible stamp on the back. And that was a situation where very high price on it on eBay, sat for a long time, and just made an offer. And they took it because it had been sitting for a while. So those are the cards I have for you this time around. Again, some examples of, these are the highest grade ones I have now for each, and just absolutely fantastic examples of this particular variation of cards. Again, this is 1939 play ball, the sample back, or given out as a sample prior to real production, the upper and lower case, and the all uppercase. So that's what I got for you this time around. And as always, please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or a YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun. Have fun by being active in this community. So find your way of participating, whether it's making videos, watching and commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to your LCS or local card show, or simply talking about the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it, the more you'll learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So I thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.